Good day, everyone. Welcome back to Let's Play Star Trek Online. My name is Ubaglo, and with me once again is...
Myclomaniac, hello Internet.
Good day. So, last time we played an episode of Purity.
Which we totally didn't record out of order with this one, we promise.
But we decided we're going to take a little break, and because the new featured episode started, we're going to play this one.
Yes.
This, due to some personal matters for myself, I have to take a long break, so this mission was recorded ahead of time. So unfortunately there isn't any cryptic news for us to say.
No, that was all in the previous week's video,
Yep.
so
Any cryptic news that happened this week, unfortunately, I cannot pass on. I'm very sorry about that.
we could make some up, though.
Yes.
They're adding Tier 6 Defiance in, everything's free forever.
T6 Defiant is actually probably coming eventually.
Yeah. Actually, no, we didn't talk about... This is a week late. We didn't talk about the Crystalline Catastrophe event, because I forgot it was happening.
That's right.
So... we can talk about that this time as we do this.
Yeah,
even though by the time they see this, it'll be almost over.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that in a moment here, but first we're going to say, so the new featured episode is called Butterfly, and we are going to be helping with the test of the retcon gun. So we need to make sure that the system will work as intended. Like other featured missions, there is a series of rewards from it, and the rewards actually are pretty neat. The new console actually looks real nice for a science console. Like huge bonus to shield capacity, bonus to crit chance and severity based on auxiliary power, reduces damage to shields. Like that's a really nice looking console. Next week, there's a new warp core, which will plus warp core efficiency, plus EPS, plus auxiliary to shields,
plus to quantum slipstream speed bonus too.
And
then the final week
is a new
beam array or a turret.
Yeah. I'm not entirely sure why. Well, actually, I know why you would take the turret, because the turret is technically a cannon. So if you were running a cannon ship, then you would want the turret instead of the beam array, even though the beam array actually does more damage.
Yeah. And these three do form a set.
Yep.
Probably with the console on the... it's just a three-piece set.
Actually, it's just a three-piece set, so it's the console, the engine, and the weapon.
Though statistically, they do look like they would perform well on that Science Dreadnought we talked about already.
Yeah. The two-piece bonus is also just a... I think the two-piece bonus is just plus Tetrion damage, which I think I can fit the Tetrion beam array and the console onto my ship, which means I'll have something like 3 separate plus 10% Tetrion damage effects on my ship. So
that makes Tetrion a bit fairly attractive.
Yeah. Tetrion does have a bit of an issue in that in terms of Tetrion is fine, because Tetrion is all the damage types are they deal the same damage as whatever their effect is. It's
there it is.
I guess you were right. Weapon similar to the one developed by Anorax. Yeah.
But he never developed it.
Yeah. Well, the
paradoxes.
As you had mentioned, it looked like the stinger on that mission made it look like he was working on it. Even though it ended up being retconned out that he didn't. So we're now trying to finish the work that he started that never ended up getting finished in this timeline.
I would give them like mad props. They got back Kurtwood Smith to voice Anorax in this for some reason.
All right.
And I know Kurtwood Smith has done voices for video games before too, because he was in Free Space 2. For those of you who don't know, Kurtwood Smith was the dad on that 70s show, Bodecker in the original RoboCop. Basically, picture him calling you a dumbass, and you probably know who I'm talking about.
Managed to make a prototype of the kind of weapon when we talk about time alteration, we're specifically referring to the kind of weapon's ability correct. The changes work around the inclusion point and result in a new reality where the target knows temporal agents from all three factions are watching everything you do. That's one of the reasons we're running holodeck simulations first. Between you and me, I'm glad we're here.
There's Nog saying, like, yeah, we can't just start shooting things with our retcon gun and hoping it works out for the best. Like, yeah.
Nog has clearly seen Eureka 7 Astral Ocean. Or Eureka 7. You know what I mean. The show of the surfboarding robots.
Apparently, if we just were to go and straight up remove the Iconians from history, warp travel is delayed by 50,000 years throughout the entire galaxy. Huh. In one simulation, the Vulcans never embrace logic and basically become the Romulans. By the present day in this simulation, the Vulcan Star Empire is locked in a to-the-death struggle with the Dominion.
I wish I was seeing you in the better stars. We've managed... Oh, that the Iconians can't time travel because it unravels their minds. She was being dramatic, but she was essentially correct. When most humanoids time travel, they retain the memories of their timeline of origin. So you realize when things...
Okay, so Nog kind of corrects that Sayla's statement about the Iconians and time travel is not specifically accurate, and it's more that because of the way the Iconian bodies are structured, if they go back in time, they actually literally regress.
So they would retain no memories of the present. They don't use time travel because it would... I wish I was seeing you in the better stars. We've met... Once we make an incursion, anything not protected by a temporal shield will conform to the new timeline. Correct. This isn't the sort of sacrifice we'd expect any personnel involved in the incursion to make. So we...
See, what's funny is I'm willing to bet someone actually did enough, like, logical extrapolation of known Star Trek history to figure that all this stuff out, too.
Yeah. That probably would have been a very interesting set of brainstorming meetings.
Like, what kind of wacky crap can we have happen?
So now we're suggesting that maybe instead of trying to like get rid of the Iconians, we just delay them coming back.
Target the Alachi and the Solanae.
Hello. Please allow me to explain what we're doing. We've determined that if we remove a specific series of stars from the Beta Quadrant of the distant galaxy, a rogue planet will enter the Iconian system and cause massive geological damage. At the same time, maybe the survivors of a natural disaster, if there are, won't be so vengeful. And none of the stars we will remove have planets with the number of stars we will have to remove.
Alright, so the Alpha Team leader is saying, like, hey, if we remove a few stars from around Iconia, we could cause a natural disaster, which may make the Iconians not so angry.
Like, I don't know if I like the idea of removing stars.
That seems kind of excessive.
And I do at this point want... I mean, it doesn't bother me personally, because, as we've established, I am this close from being a supervillain. But we are basically doing what the villain in these episodes of Voyager did.
You're alive. We repelled the intruders on the bridge. Sir, I'm not sure this is the time. So many people are hurt, and most of the systems are offline. The Dominion stopped firing at us when we lost weapons. Now they're focusing on Earth's defense.
I tried to fight them off.
All right. Well, I'm going to say that
Okay, so I'm willing to bet what we did caused the Dominion War to keep
Yeah.
going.
We can't stop them. Maybe if we had
so. We're at active war with the Romulans, and the Klingons
Or-
are not doing too well.
never expected they would get so far.
Hail!
USS Ajax. Sensors show your ship is completely defenseless. And I
Yep. That. Okay.
So I'm wondering if what we like this simulation is what happens if the Romulans never ally with the Federation. Oops, 3 billion casualties on
Vulcan
Beta
status
Z.
uninhabitable.
2.5 billion. 9.4 billion. Wow.
Yeah. So the Romulan. So whatever we did.
The Romulans, yeah, never did join.
And program, yeah, that, not quite what we were expecting.
No.
Well, where do I start? I'm 157 kilograms.
Oh, he's basically got the same dialogue from last time.
Sorry, we were watching from the control room. That could have gone better. Even with all that, the simulation data, but from what we can piece together, the Klingon Empire was never unified by its conflicts against outsiders, and the great houses turned on one another. Agreed.
Right? Yep,
My
that's
opinion
that's not
Yeah.
the plan we want to go with. So let's talk. Let's talk to the beta
No.
team. See what they've got.
Another one of you Voyagers.
This guy refers to us as Voyagers.
My team is working on scenarios.
All right, I don't know what you mean by
That's pretty
Voyager.
funny.
I never served on a ship. Oh, so he just uses that term for basically Starfleet. Probably because of what Voyager did. Which, okay, like his description of what Voyager has done, kind of accurate.
None of us are going to survive if we don't try to repair the damage you've already done. The goal is a solar flare that will force Voyager to divert from the course of
I do like how they kind of acknowledge that Voyager flying through Delta Quadrant probably did just leave a
Yeah.
swath of destruction.
for the USS Voyager, which is fitting since they caused the problem in the first.
Our prediction says that even if Vodwar never return, your people will still find a reason to stick your noses into our business.
You will still find a reason to stick your noses into our business.
It's true.
Don't mind me. I think he partially blames people from your plot for some of the Kremlin's troubles. After all, if Voyager had, it is a pleasure to meet you. Both Captain Nog and my name is Todd. I am a Tatarian. We're from a region of the Delta Quadrant Voyager, never distant. It is a pleasure to meet you. I was off beyond the Pioneer Moon when we received word of the Vodwar attacks. We had only hours to get the temporal equipment running. It is a pleasure to don't mind me. I think we partially wrong. It is a pleasure.
That's interesting. She's from a
Yeah.
race that Voyager never encountered. So they don't hate
Or
us.
at least not as much. Alright, so run program beta.
This is an absolute disaster. I thought that Admiral Tuvok was being pessimistic. No, it's not.
The hierarchy started setting these people against one another before acting rituals between Vulcan life
Jiro.
We've always tried to be good neighbors and treat other races with respect. But this is really the Malon claim the hierarchy are harassing.
Referencing that mission.
So I don't know what to believe. There are rumors. We've always tried to be good neighbors and treat. I should be shouting. I'm upset. The Malon are trying to force us.
Are you here to preach about responsible waste management too? I don't want to talk about the hierarchy. Are you here to... How dare you dictate how... Are you here to preach? We don't need outsiders.
Use the consoles to conduct
Let's
research.
look and see what the computers are saying about this timeline. I mean, this right now seems to be a more, let's just say, extreme version of what's going on right now.
Yeah. Basically all the Delta quadrants to
Yeah, like even
races are
more
being
than they
jerks
would
to
have
each
been.
other.
Yes, what is your question? I am rather busy. We have enough to do without getting into a dispute that doesn't concern. Yes, what is your question? The hierarchy's surveillance measures are the best in the quadrant. That's left us where expose them. Yes, but good luck with that. The Hazari aren't interested in
Alright,
anything
let's
but
talk to the Hazari.
What do you want? Did the benefits make you money? No. We need to make a living the same as the rest of them. What do you want? Trouble.
There's kind of a running theme here about the hierarchy being basically like kind of the same threat. All right. Yeah, I'm going to say that by doing what we did, we basically made the hierarchy into the new Vaadwaur.
Mm-hmm.
Working with the Alachi.
And they were working with the Alachi, so
There are both Herald and Iconian signals in hierarchy space. So even if we had gotten rid of the Vaadwaur,
the Vaadwaur, they would have just used the hierarchy. Okay, so that one's a bust.
Yeah, the Iconians were so determined to have a hold here that they simply found another species to fit the bill. That makes sense, yeah. Yeah, he's.
I want to
kind
punch
of
this
a
guy in
jerk.
the face.
You must excuse my husband's harsh demeanor. This has been a very trying time.
They're married?
Yeah, I'm
Missed
pretty
that
sure
part.
they didn't actually mention it before this point. Alright, now let's talk to the Gamma team.
Hello.
Alright, so focusing on delaying tactics, what if Iconia had never been discovered? So we're gonna try and destroy the star chart that revealed Iconia in the first place.
Found a star chart on Titan
Uh,
that revealed the location of Iconia. I want to redirect it true, but if you compare the changes in Iconia technology over the past 100,000 years with what the rest of us have done in the past 2 centuries, it's obvious that the program is set for wider space. Because the Hogus supernova was caused by direct Iconian interference, we expect Romulus.
so we're gonna be playing as a Romulan for this one.
As such, the Romulan star Echo should once again. Yes.
Well, on Romulus at least. So basically, this one will prevent
Yeah, that would
the
be
Abrams
an
movies from
interesting
ever
one.
happening. Oh, yeah, I forgot Romulan bridges are like ridiculously.
And
deep.
okay, here we go.
Right here.
I'd like to test out some new security passport.
Yeah, so
Okay, I guess we are
let's
Romulans.
seal the Thalaron room doors, because we are on a scimitar.
And we're disabling the
Because of
Telshare listening
course.
devices.
Oh, but the Separatists are still existing. So, that's interesting. It's good to see that the basis of the Republic still exists.
Somewhere near Tal'Debra. The Taranus allies have been making overtures of peace to both the Federation and the Klingons. Because of this, they have enough support to break into the worlds. The Tal'Shar can't hear us if it was. It wouldn't be the
Ah, and he wants to join the Separatists. Tamer, is this the guy we dealt with on the Romulus side?
Yeah, he's... I forget who he is exactly, but I know he's a character who already exists. I think he was the one who sacrificed himself to save the Klingons at the... or save the Klingon ambassador at the peace conference when Salus set the bomb.
You might be right.
This is where the annotation says what we don't know now.
Right, let's unseal the door. Also, we're talking about Lieutenant Salen, and that's our Borg friend, isn't it? Or is, yeah, it is. Yeah, this is before he gets assimilated, or I guess
Wait.
he doesn't in this timeline.
Yeah.
Conversations between the commander and one of his senior officers. Very suspicious. Loyal Sintamer, you are a fool. Within a decade.
Although this timeline has the Romulans at an active war with the Borg, so that may be a little bit more worrisome.
To be fair, in our timeline, we were at an active war with the Borg.
True.
We'll have a better, brighter future than what they would allow us. I know this is a
So if this timeline were to occur as we kind of are simulating it to, it doesn't necessarily get rid of the Romulan Republic. It just seems like it changes what their
Yeah, it
Their
seems to form
basis
more
is.
out of a revolutionary situation rather than...
yeah.
It's basically an extension of
The-
what
in the-
Spock was doing.
Yeah, in the main timeline, the Republic is more because the Romulan Star Empire, to them it falls entirely, so they form as the alternate government. Here, actually, yeah, it does seem to be straight up a civil war.
Yeah.
Long range sensors show no Herald or Iconian signatures, and there's no reference to heralds in the databases. Heightened levels of Borg activity throughout the Beta Quadrant. So the Borg has definitely been a much more serious threat than they have been in the Prime timeline.
Yeah. And I do just want to point out again that altering the timeline like that would prevent the reboot movies. If that is your jam.
Yeah, because it actually does point out that the destruction of the Hobus, like the Hobus supernova, is directly influenced by the Iconians.
That is the most promising simulation yet. It appears there was some merit to our hypothesis that they are the readings due.
It's a really sad situation when higher levels of Borg activity is an acceptable risk.
Is an acceptable risk compared to, yeah.
Borg activity
Oof.
we're currently seeing, but there are no signs of Herald, Iconian, or Solomon presence at all. And while the Romulan Star Empire is restored to their former power, there is a democratic Romulan group opposing the Tal Shiar.
It's true, we did prevent the deaths of billions of people.
But the
Yeah.
data supports what you saw on the holodeck. No Iconians. We have some.
Although it could be argued that if the Romulan Star Empire and the Romulan Republic go into active warfare as opposed to the Cold War that they're in right now, like that's going to be much, especially with the Borg breathing down their necks. Like that's if we were to do this timeline, there'd have to be some kind of hook in whatever this time supercomputer they're doing to convince the Federation to offer aid to, well, the Republic much faster than we probably would have otherwise.
But this will have a huge impact on the reality we know, especially your people, Commander Gerard. I won't give my authorization without...
This is difficult. It would change everything for us. The simulation specifically mentioned Detan and a separatist movement.
Yeah, it is suggesting that there would be more people joining the Republic per se, as opposed to the Star Empire. But like, there's right now it is basically a cold war between the two sides, primarily because Sayla's part has very little real power, whereas the Republic has an actual alliances and actual force behind it.
Yeah.
Whereas with this, it is very much a quote-unquote terrorist insurrection against the actual power.
Yeah, and well, it doesn't even seem to be like a terrorist movement so much as a...
Yes, like I'm only using that terminology because, of course, the Romulan Star Empire is going to say that. In fact, they literally did in that simulation.
Yeah. I mean, I'm willing to bet it's more just a movement than active fighting.
Well, I mean, we have seen that in the prime timeline. What we have here, like we have seen that the Romulan Star Empire is totally willing to get into a hot conflict in order to stop the Republic. You know, to prevent the people from leaving.
But the difference being is in this other timeline they have to deal with the Borg.
Yeah.
Which would probably not... You know, it would make them not be super cool with getting into a war with their own people, who are also already have kind of the vague support of the Federation and the Klingon Empire.
Well, I don't... here's the thing. In that timeline, there would be no... like... With this setup, like blah. Sorry, I lost my train of thought for a moment.
I don't know, but we're apparently doing this.
Yeah, with that timeline, there would not... Oh. Whoops.
It's been completely assimilated.
Oops.
Yeah, Yes, I think we have a problem.
Control Z, Control Z, Control Z.
Yeah, let's find out where the simulation might have gone. I think that what might have been a major thing is, like, yes, in the prime timeline, the Republic has the support of the Federation and the Klingon Empire, but with this alternate timeline, they wouldn't have by default. In fact, it's quite likely that there may not have been any contact between the Federation and the Klingon Empire with the Romulan Republic. Like, they may have tried to get the call out, but with the Republic not being a recognized government, the other factions may have just said, meh. Great, the Borg have cloaks now. This is a great timeline.
Well, shouldn't the Borg already be able to cloak?
You know what? You would think that. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure why they don't actually cloak in the prime timeline.
Like specifically in one of this game's things, we are fighting an assimilated scimitar with a cloaking device.
Yeah. I would say that the insinuation is that what Borg ships have cloaking technology in the prime timeline is like very few, like basically the ships that had them. So like I don't know if it's just a matter of like the Borg have not found a way to apply it to everything else or what.
Well, it's like I know it's like they've beyond just the example in this game. Like they've assimilated multiple Klingons. I know that much.
Yep. Yes. In fact, yeah. One of the whole like STFs is about you fighting like just waves upon waves of assimilated Klingon vessels. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, we should probably get out of here.
Yeah. Let's undo that change.
We need more information. I'll keep the critter ship well out of long sensor range.
All right, so we're gonna have some personal shields, which will prevent us from the timeline shift, but we gotta hurry.
We need more information before we can fix this. I'll keep the critter ship well out of long sensor. I want to.
All right, yeah, let's get down, find this information, and then get out of here.
And this is why I have the shotgun.
Yes, actually, yeah, that shotgun should be super useful here. So in fact, I should probably switch to the shotgun myself.
I know this place. The controls ahead of us will unlock the bulkheads. Before we can't. All our people.
Those drones actually became active faster than normal.
Well, see, they're Romulans, so that just means they're really paranoid.
Yes,
That's what the Borg assimilate from the Romulans. They're really freaking
that's right.
paranoid.
I can't believe we were so wrong.
Oh boy, yeah, this shotgun is super effective.
Cover me. I'll override the door controls.
I actually probably should like upgrade the shotgun more. I think for me it's only a Mark 13 blue.
Yeah, mine is too.
Yeah, it's a Mark 13 blue because that's how it actually spawned for me. Like when it was generated, it randomly became. That's what it randomly spawned as, which was actually really nice. Although like upgrading from rank 12 to rank 13, especially as a blue, not that expensive, but still that's pretty nice. I should at least try to get it to purple.
Mm-hmm. My shotgun says it isn't.
There. That's the access mode console we need. Locked. We'll have to circumvent their security measures.
All right, we meant to talk about the new crystalline entity event.
Oh yeah. Well, the event itself isn't any new.
Yeah.
But it's on. There's
Same, it's same as it always is. What's different this time around is so the unique reward for turning in enough of the shards is actually kind of neat looking. It's a it is a universal kit module, so it's a ground item that spawns a crystalline shard, which taunts enemies. And after a certain amount of time, will explode and cause damage based on how much energy weapons it absorbs during its taunt. So that actually sounds really neat. It's I bet that the cooldown on it is going to be pretty significant, which will be a bit of a shame. But having something that can do a taunt is actually kind of a nice fix to one of the issues that the game has at the moment. Because
that there's no actual
aggro
system.
I mean there's absolutely aggro. There is a skill for controlling the amount of threat you generate, more specifically generating more threat. You cannot generate less when you're in ground combat. The best you can do is...
Oh man, do we get to fight a simulated Hakiv?
Actually, yeah, I think that is a simulated Hakiv. When I was first seeing like the pop-ups, I was thinking like, is that a simulated Obisek?
Obisek?
It's like, yeah, we probably...
Yeah, I thought that at first too, but Hakiv works too.
Secondus of Borg. Okay, that is a pretty great name. Alright, let's put some stuff down. There we go. Alright, let's... Now that we've undid the locks, let's download the data that we got here. And get ourselves out of here before we're affected by the... the invasion of Roman space occurred 20 years ago. The Borg simulated something that greatly improved their technology.
They simulated
the
Iconium.
Iconians. Alright, let's get out of here.
Loot. Oh, no loot. Well, maybe not the Iconians themselves, but you know,
Yeah.
something.
Alright, yeah, let's get out of here. Alright, let's do all of our technobabble here and try and get the stuff to the time ship.
I'm running the numbers now. Target the Borg transwarp network. The Borg may never be able to reach Romulus.
It is a great risk. The Borg have a great deal of influence on the timeline. There is no time to run simulations.
Do we have a choice?
We do not.
Yep, we're going to do a sudden, no time for testing modification, and we'll see how well this works.
Oh, there's no Borg.
And no Romulus.
Romulus isn't the only thing. Temporal shielding is failing.
What happened?
The Borg did too much damage to the generator. If we lose the temporal shielding, we'll all reintegrate with the timeline.
Has anything else changed?
Checking. Terriers.
What?
I see the problem. 20 years
Ah.
ago, tried to replicate the work of the Soviets to protect themselves from the Borg. In this timeline, they failed.
No, I need to restabilize the shield.
Well, she never existed.
So on one hand, we we may have like gotten rid of. It's like we just.
Now, it does beg the question of why that only changed it that much, but yeah. Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey.
Oh, whoops! I went the wrong way.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I see the little, like, very vague green outline here.
I guess at the zoom level, it didn't show up quite as much as I was expecting. Right.
We found a temporally shielded computer core, and it shows 2 uses of the Quantum weapon. But as far as I know, the coordinates are still. We won't be sure until we finish analyzing the data. But the Quantum weapon was used twice. I remember being on the bridge of the Quantum ship, and as to the greater differences, we'll know more soon. We found a temporal. We haven't dug that far into the data, and it will take some in-depth investigation. Very. But from what we've already seen, it appears the reason the weapon was fired twice was because we had to try to correct the changes we made. Technology like this seems so simple. Even the smallest change
Oh, we
will
can
make more trouble.
walk around, talk to the other people.
I was conducting another simulation, and all of a sudden I got an emergency call telling me to stop everything. It has been good to have you here, but we will have to consider if time alteration.
We put so much hope into using the quantum technology to solve our problems. But perhaps I was caught up in the possibility.
I have a lot of information to analyze. The shielded core appears to
Oh, and Noi blames us for whatever happened. He doesn't know what it was.
Yeah, we only kind of erased his wife from existence.
Well, we didn't really do it.
Well, we didn't. Actually, yeah, this is pretty much Nog's fault. Nog and Jirox. They agreed to it.
Anyway, okay, well that ended up being actually a fairly interesting mission.
Yeah, it's like I like how they used a race that Voyager never encountered because, as far as we know, in the timeline that we've seen, they didn't.
We
now.
basically, although your suggestion seems to have basically happened because that race was trying to use the Solanae stuff to protect themselves, didn't work, so they got assimilated by the Borg, and the Borg now have the Solanae Dyson Sphere. Whoops.
Oops.
That's So, if there's going to be, I wonder if there's only going to be one more or 2 more missions. At this point, I think there may only be one more mission until season 11. Huh. It's interesting to see how they will capstone it.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, that was actually pretty neat.
It's always fun looking at like alternate history possibilities.
What if scenarios are always actually kind of fun. But yeah, that was very interesting, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they carry on from this. Yeah,
the conclusion.
But that'll be it for us for this week, and we hope to see you all next time.
Which will probably be well, no, because we have more coming out after
We
this.
got a few. Yeah, bye.
Bye, everybody.